Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to Goodwill. We're back here. This is the Goodwill that is closest to eBay HQ. Usually pretty good. Usually find some great stuff. We're gonna find some good stuff today at this Goodwill. So let's start to hit the hit the shelves. The glass case been looking pretty stale. Same stuff has been in there for a while. A little overpriced in my opinion. Priced more for what it would sell for on eBay, but a lot of those items are from retail. They are from Target, so they'll usually price them right about 50% of what they would sell for on actually at Target. It's not necessarily what they'll go for on eBay, so usually they'll go along with what retail. They'll look at the retail price and then price accordingly, which which places it in a range where if you're trying to sell it online on eBay, taking into consideration fees, taking into consideration shipping costs, maybe gas costs is incorporated into that for you. For us, it's very minimal because it's not that far. So taking all that into consideration, you have to buy your items accordingly, and those are just priced a little bit too high. I would definitely be a buyer, and I do like buying stuff new in the box, even if it's currently sitting on retail shelves. I still like to purchase that stuff if I can get it at a good enough price, so that way I can make a decent profit. Hopefully hit that $15 to $20 profit mark. But like I said, I will make exceptions for things that are easy to list, easy to store, easy to ship. If it's brand new, of course, I'll definitely make some exceptions. I'll definitely cut my profit if it's brand new. Because brand new technically should move fast. Doesn't always, but it should. We finally made it to the hard goods section. We are in their autumn section, which I don't know about you guys out there, but I love autumn, fall, winter. I was a big winter sports guy. It was all about snowboarding back in the day. Couldn't wait till the snow started hitting the ground. And over here in California, we have plenty of spots to go snowboarding at. Typically, I would go over to Sierra at Tahoe. That was like my home base. But, wherever the first snow hit, that's usually where we were going. Typically around here, Boreal is... if you guys are interested in coming to California, if anybody's interested in skiing, snowboarding, typically Boreal, which is going towards Reno, they start, once the temperature gets to, right for making snow, they start making snow, once they get lots of natural snow, but they'll start making snow right off the bat to try to open up early. The other place that gets snow really early is Mammoth Mountain. That's a bit of a drive, though. It's still in California, but that's a little bit further south. It's south of the Yosemite area, the Yosemite National Park. Bit of a drive to get there, but we've made it out there just to get that first snow of the season, that first ride in. That's what I was doing in my 20s. We were out there. Saw some, these are some curlers, little foam curlers. If I'm not mistaken, they would heat up inside that. It was like a plastic case that would kind of heat up, warm them up, and you put them in your hair, and they'll hold curls. We're in the little electronic area here. Hasn't been very good as of late, so I find this, not really sure. Did I say Barbie earlier? I meant Benders. I don't know. The pink and the white kind of got me thinking of Barbie, but that's actually Benders is with the brand name. Other appliances. You guys know, if you watch my videos, I don't really do too many appliances. It's not really my thing, but I will pick up IKEA. And this cool, it might be a little bit of an older IKEA piece. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done my homework on it just yet. But a nice little spotlight IKEA lamp. The price was right. I sell IKEA lamps almost, or IKEA lighting products, I should say, not necessarily lamps. I sell them all the time, and they sell great. Don't be afraid if you're comping them out and you only see overseas comps. Typically, I see UK a lot for IKEA, but they still sell well here. So, you know, it's a great item to pick up. Preferably brand new, but I do like this one. Looks all complete and everything. It does work. I just haven't done my research on it to see what I should be pricing it at in my store. Gonna swing by the golf clubs. I'm looking for the heavy hitters. I'm looking for the ones that are like Ping, Titleist, of course Scotty Cameron. If you find any Scotty Cameron, it's like a no-brainer. You buy it. I mean, depending upon the price, you're not gonna pay $100 for it, but you know, if you get it for under 20 bucks, it's a buy. And if you're able to ship it out, you ship that out. You get it, you post it, it's gonna sell well. Look at the bag section, which, you know, I haven't really been finding much in these bags. I mean, the problem is that they do put some purses up here. We have found Yeti coolers in this area, so Yeti does great. If you find any Yeti coolers, cooler bags, they do amazing. We're talking, you know, close to $200, if not over $200 for some models. Be on the lookout. Bolo for Yeti. I see it a lot at the flea markets, but they haven't priced up, so I really can't. Yeah, I really don't want to pay too much for it. The last Yeti cooler, it sat for roughly about 2 weeks, but we only paid, I think, $8 for it, so you wouldn't mind it sitting. If I want to pay a little bit more, if I'm going to be paying, you know.
Not really.
If I'm going to be paying a bit, and by a bit, I mean maybe...
I kind of just glanced over them, but I'm going to go back.
Because at the flea market, I think they charge something close to like 60% of retail, 70% of retail. Because I've asked before what the prices are on their Yeti stuff, and it is priced good if you just want to get a Yeti. But, you know, they're asking like $100-something, and, you know, yeah, it would sell for close to $200, but... You know, I don't want to have that much money tied up into one product and have it sitting there. Yeah, I'd rather spread that money out across a bunch of other products that I can put into my eBay store and kind of, you know, not you know, make my money back in different categories. Kind of like you know, kind of like in investing, you're kind of hedging your bets. You know, you're hedging your you know, your bets in the stock market. So instead of putting all your, I guess the most common analogy is not putting all your eggs in one basket. Everybody's been saying that, especially with the way eBay's going at the moment. Everybody's saying don't put all your eggs in one basket, but same thing. That's the way I look at some products. I don't want to put like a bunch of money into one product. I'd rather spread it out over several and have my items in several different categories, and that way I slowly make my money back and profit. Not just make my money back. We're in it to make profit, but don't forget that when you sell that item, you're also making your money back. So these lights are pretty cool. I kind of like these lights.
Lights though.
My wife's handed me this silverware because it was exceptionally heavy silverware. I couldn't believe how heavy that was. And maybe, you know, based on just the fact that it has some weight, maybe it's worth something. I don't know.
On the back it says,
but these lights are pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna. Those lights are, you know, that's a personal buy. I didn't even look them up or comp them or anything. I'm like, these are pretty cool. They were like $3.59. They're USB-C charging, which if it has micro USB charging, typically it's an older device, more lower end. If it has USB-C, technically it's a little bit of a higher end item. Typically, not all the time, but these are USB-C charging. They have little magnets on the bottom, which you can just kind of plop them anywhere. And they change colors too, so they're really cool. So I'm definitely going to put those. I can put those to use here at my house. That Krusty Krab hat turned out to be nothing, really. I'm going to end up putting that back. Along with those, that silverware. They're incredibly weighty silverware, and they weren't really worth it. So, I think it was just like an Amazon brand. I saw a whole bunch of these things, and so I was going to probably look those. I think I looked those up later. But what was catching my attention were these popcorn buckets. Disneyland Parks popcorn buckets. Come on, people. You got to get these. If you see these, look them up. Especially, these were priced good, too. The previous ones in my previous videos were priced kind of high. These ones here were priced well. And, oh, man, everything's falling on me.
Oh, no.
And, two popular Disney properties here. We have Cars, and we have Toy Story, the alien from Toy Story. And not only that, but the alien's dressed in as a Santa Claus, Christmas theme. Great pickup. That pumpkin bucket was probably, I don't recall it, but it was probably only available during the Christmas time in Disneyland. And then that's it.
Yeah.
This is actually going to be a pickup, personal pickup. This will be for my son. We'll probably give it to him as a gift at some point. His birthday's coming up in November, so he is a fan of the Mustangs, older Mustangs, newer Mustangs, mostly older Mustangs. I'll tell you what, as I'm getting older and older, the more older cars tend to appeal to me more, especially cars with less tech. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously everybody around here in my area is driving Teslas. And to me, it looks a little, a little bit too much of the same, a little too like a communist, in my opinion. Everything's just the same, just cookie cutter. I don't know. It's probably just me as I'm getting older. Plus, anytime like a little sensor breaks on the car, it shuts down the whole vehicle. Not that it's, not that there's anything technically wrong with the car, it's just that a little sensor isn't working. And it throws the whole car out of whack, so. And the less electronics, the less tech in a car, to me, at this point in my life, is better. So now I'm scanning these little things. I'm just trying to see is there any value in these things. There's a whole bunch of them around here, and I don't know if I should be picking them all up or not. But that's a big no on those.
What is that for?
And here's my wife's handing me these big tires, and I looked them up, and they're for like RC off-roading, and they're I don't know now if there's a big like RC. I'm pretty sure there is a big like RC hobby. A lot of the hobby shops in our area have closed up shop. They're no longer around. There are a few, but they're no longer around. So I would tend to go to a lot of hobby shops when I was younger, and I would have a sense of interest in RC. But those turned out to be pretty good. I think they're going to be a good sale. I'm gonna get those listed. They're 4 large tires. They all appear to be brand new, and we'll see how it goes. Keep an eye out on my shorts. I tend to put a lot of my solds on, especially my higher end solds or unique items. I'll throw them up in my YouTube shorts, so that way if you guys want, you guys can keep a lookout for those types of items. And you'll know that they have recently sold, because I recently sold them.
Is it it's two.
Yeah, we're taking a look at some electronics here. I know this this brand does pretty well. The question is, do I really want to deal with it? And that's really a big no.
I mean, the wristlet, I kind of like it.
I didn't see the profit margin in it to justify me picking it up and having it in storage and having it finding a box, shipping it out, all that. These are some hobo
I mean, I would take
But this
that
bag
over
was
the purse.
pretty
The purse,
messed
I
up.
think, is a little bit
The one with the you know, with the, was it fringe or lace or what? The fringe, I think.
I would take that
Wristlet
over this. I
style.
like the
That's
fringe
that
on
one.
that.
I'm definitely gonna pick up. This one just has a little bit too much wear on it, and I
I think I could be done.
don't think because of that wear that it'll bring the profit that I want. But the other one is nice because it's small, it's easy, throw it in a bag. Poly bag, probably a bubble poly bag for that guy.
Count Saint Germain.
I don't know what my wife handed me.
Copyright 1989.
She saw the picture on it. I'm not picking that up. I don't know.
Right.
Enlightenment. That's the first that pops in my head when I saw that.
I know EJ.
We're digging through the bin. She's handed me another purse, which I'm unfamiliar with the name. But it's a quilted pattern, kind of like a Vera Bradley, but it's not Vera Bradley, as you see the name there. Definitely gonna look it up, and it will definitely be worth it. My wife also found a Brighton little coin purse, which Brighton is a great brand. You've seen me pick up the purses, but the wallets, two other things, the jewelry and the wallets,
You know what?
and, or I should say three, because the jewelry, wallets, and the coin, not coin, eyeglass holders do really well for Brighton.
Well, I mean,
As you saw the little stock trading game down there, I think that's probably why I mentioned hedging your bets earlier. There's a little stock trading game, which turned out to be pretty good buy. After I comp it out, I'm like, you know what? That's actually going to be pretty good. I'm definitely going to have to go through my cart in a little bit just to kind of check comps and make sure, you know, everything is going to be profitable that's in the cart. The worst thing is to walk out with something and you're like, you know what, I forgot to look it up, I forgot to make sure, you know, especially if it's something you're not familiar with, you know, getting it home and they're like, oh man, it's going to take a loss on this, or it's not even selling. So you definitely don't want that to happen, and you can in the heat of the moment here at Goodwill. You see, I threw this projector in the thing from the bin. There was only, I think, one sold, none listed that I can find, but I don't know. I didn't feel that the comps justified me buying it. Plus, the projectors are kind of, you know, it's a better brand than most. BenQ is a decent brand when it comes to electronics, but it's still not. If it was like a Sony, like a, you know, a major name brand like that, I probably would have scooped it up. But I just didn't feel comfortable paying it. Plus, it was a little bit of the higher price range. It would have cost me a little bit, so I didn't feel comfortable with that. Look at some books here. Let's see any good books. Anything here? Most of my success when it comes to books has been from savers, and and the bins, and the Goodwill bins. A lot of the books get neglected. Just a tip for everybody: if you want to get into books, the books at the Goodwill bins tend to get neglected. Like, they'll bring out a table and they'll just leave it out there all day because no one really goes there for books. Everyone's there for clothing or hard goods. So you can really have the whole bin to yourself, and you can just sit there looking up books. And trust me, you can find some great books that bring great profit at the Goodwill bins. Even DVDs too. Not so. I mean, the DVDs or media section at the Goodwill bins in my area. This is in my area. I'm not sure about other people's areas, but in my area, usually neglected, and you can sit there and just scan stuff in. I thought this little physics book, what was that? Was that quantum physics book? A little explanation for kids in the world of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, or what I like to do, or my personal hobby, I should say, is theoretical particle physics. I do dabble. I do find it very fun. I know not a lot of people think science or physics or anything is fun, but I find it fun and I enjoy it. Enjoy the, trying to make sense of the physical world, which is what physics is. Trying to explain the physical world. Video games, a few video games over here. That's enough about science and physics. This is not a physics channel. Video games there. Some there, nothing good. They don't usually put the good ones out on the floor. Pretty rare to find them out there on the floor. They would typically be in the glass. Which brings us to the glass section, of course. And we are going to find some decent glassware, some stemware. Which, I'll definitely, we'll do as I review everything later on in the video. We'll go into a little more detail on exactly what I picked up, but here we are, coming down the glass section. And it was kind of strange because I do find quite a bit of stemware here. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you're staring at clear glass, it's just hard to see. It's just hard to see what's there because everything's clear. It needs a good background, is what it does. All right, this is Lennox. This is some Lennox stemware with a gold rim. And we're gonna check this out really quick. I don't know what the Lennox
rhythm.
I'm gonna try to look up this exact model. Hopefully, try to find something. At first glance, it definitely appears to be good. I hope my microphone did not catch that, but a motorcycle just roared through by my house. I'm definitely going to do a little bit of homework here on this stemware because two things. First of all, I don't want to get stuck with it forever. And stemware, you could get stuck with stemware for a while. And secondly, the holidays are coming up, so there's going to be more get-togethers. And there's going to be more drinking. There's going to be glasses that are going to be needed. More wine will be flowing. So I ended up putting the Lennox back. And I just didn't see the comps there. And this one here, though, this other brand, which, like I said, I'll go into a little more detail. This one, which actually did not have the same quality of... it wasn't the same quality of glass. I picked it up and I was like, didn't feel that great, but the sell-through was better. And it was priced lower. I ended up finding 2 sets of 4, so 8 total. And I'm gonna put those. I think we can make some good profit on this stemware. It has the original stickers on it and everything too. I'm not gonna sell this brand new, even though it has the original sticker. I don't have the original box. But I will probably say in my listing that never used or open box, something like that. I had to cut out a big chunk of the video because I don't know what was going on with my my GoPro, but it just got all shaky. The stabilization wasn't working. So we're checking out right now. I'll go over what we're going to resell in the recap. Welcome to the recap, everybody. So we're going to go over a couple of topics, and then. No, we're going to go over the stuff first, then go over 2 topics that we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss AI and search, eBay search history, because I've been hearing a lot of people saying search is currently broken. So, and I'll tell you my experience with that as well, too. But first and foremost, the most important thing in an eBay reseller's business is product. Where are you buying that stuff at? How much are you paying for that stuff? What are you going to price it at? and everything's going to be based on how much you're paying for it. So, what we got here, first and foremost, I'll get to the glassware last. I definitely wanted to talk about that a little bit. You don't see me necessarily buying a lot of glassware, but I do like to buy glassware. It just doesn't do that well unless you get certain like sign pieces, popular pieces, stuff that's trendy right now. And I typically don't really find too much of that. I haven't really found any more Pyrex. My Pyrex is completely gone. So I don't have any Pyrex. My Glassy Baby supply is gone. I have no Glassy Baby anymore. Sold the last one a few weeks ago and haven't found any yet. So we're on the hunt for good glassware. But I picked up this stemware, so we'll discuss that as well too. First and foremost, we have a vintage Bulls and Bears stock market game. Goes for about $50. $4.39. It appears to all be in there. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I'm only out, no matter what you sell it for. You know, someone returns it, or say, you know, let's say you buy an electronic and someone returns it and says, you know, this doesn't work. Technically, you know, whatever they paid for it, $20, $30. You're not out $20 or $30. You're technically only out what you paid for the item. So if that's what you paid for it, they're sending it back, well, you just refund them and you lost the $4.39 that you paid for it. So typically, you know, depending upon what the price of the item is, I'll just say just keep it and I'm sending you a refund. Because I do offer free returns, which means I pay for the shipping back. And trust me, free returns pays for itself. And it doesn't happen all the time. It's not something where you're constantly getting returns. Yes, they tend to happen in little clusters, but it's not something where, oh, I'm going to do free returns, everybody's going to start returning all the time. No, it's not like that. But a $50 game, it is vintage, it is, you know, stock market trading. If you guys are into that, cool game. So, next item here is, so I ended up looking up this purse. It's kind of like a, similar to a Vera Bradley, but it definitely has a higher end feel to it. This is Eric Javits, Javits, New York. Has the EJ right there. You see that right there? So it's got a nice. It's not. Feels like almost like a, what do you call it? Like a suede leather, but it's not. It's got nice. A little mirror in it. A nice lining. It was only $9.09 for this guy, and this should sell for. The comps are a little bit up and down, but it should go for probably, if you want to see the lining on that. Nice neutral colors. It's perfect for fall since we're getting into this type of, you know, everything's changing into, you know, oranges, browns, yellows. So this will suit the season well. And sometimes you have to take that into consideration when you're buying, you know, just, you know, what season are you in? Are you buying, you know, shorts to sell in the wintertime? You know, depending on where you live in the world. But, you know, colors, certain colors, you know, people tend to wear less bright colors during the fall, winter. That tends to be more towards spring and summer. And this one tends to be, this color style and all that will tend to be towards the latter part of the year, towards fall, winter. But a really cool purse, and it should go for about $40. Like I was saying, comps are kind of up. There's some that were going for like $140, but I don't think this will go for over $100. I think it'll be more around $40 for this purse here. So next up is a Brighton wallet. And one thing you can really tell about Brighton is the quality of the leather. The leather is generally really good. Definitely has like a biker leather feel. And if you don't know what biker leather feels like, go to a biker store. And, you know, that leather is like, it has to be durable, because if you fall on your bike, you would want some protection. And you can't wear you can't wear a coat, a knight's armor on a motorcycle. So it'll be a nice thick leather that can hopefully try to help you. Although I know people that have been in motorcycle accidents, and no matter what you're wearing, it's like, it's bad. It's very bad. So be careful. If you ride motorcycles, please be careful. Because sometimes, you know, not even drivers are paying attention to what's going on around the road. Brighton, great leather, and just a cool graphic and design on that. It's got the typical Brighton hearts. It's got a nice cheetah print on the inside. This should be like 25, 30 bucks. I mean, I sell these all the time. Every time I find them, they sell relatively quickly. They're small, easy to ship, easy to pack. My wife grabbed this. This is a vintage Victoria's Secret gift box. Should be about $15. Nothing really exciting. It's about the size of a record, so I'll be putting it like one of my record boxes probably. $3.69. We actually got 2 of these, so got them. I think we got them in separate trips, so like 15 bucks. Not bad. It's lightweight. If anybody's interested in that, it's not really a fun item in my opinion, but you know, everybody's opinion is different. And then Hobo, you know I buy Hobo purses. Hobo purses do really well. I just sold another Hobo to yesterday. I don't think I have any more Hobo at the moment. I think I sold them all already. But this is a cool wristlet. See the fringe there on there? Pretty cool, nice leather. Hobo leather just has a nice, as opposed to like a more of a like a biker leather. Hobo leather is a very soft leather. You can usually find it pretty quickly. The Goodwill tag's blocking the zipper here. But $5.29, so you could probably get in about $30 to $40 for this guy. I'm gonna have to cut the tag to get it off. But there's kind of like the inside. It's got a nice little. Is that polka dot? No, like a geometric honey. Oh, I got past it. Oh, perfect. There you go. Like a nice honeycomb geometric pattern on the inside. So really nice little wristlet. Perfect. Right there for going out. I would shove everything in my pockets. I typically would wear pants with a bunch of pockets on it, and then I shove all my stuff in my pockets, my cell phone. As a matter of fact, I have an old cell phone, which I don't know what happened to. I just bought like an old Nokia cell phone. I gotta show you guys this. It'll come up in a video pretty soon here. I'm going to be bumping up the schedule of some of my videos, which I plan to release later, because a couple of things have come up in my buying that I want to bring to you guys, so that way you guys are aware of it, and that can help you guys out, hopefully help you guys out, not just looking for stuff, but also navigate the eBay marketplace, and what you should be listing and what you shouldn't be listing, or how you should be listing. So be on the lookout for those videos. They're gonna be coming up soon. The next one will probably be a flea market one, and there's something really important I want to discuss with you guys regarding what I purchased at the flea market. Okay, that's coming up hopefully in my next video. I get that up and ready. Popcorn buckets, you guys know I buy Disney popcorn buckets. This is an Alien. This one only goes for like $15 to $20. However, we like the Aliens. I mean, I'm not really a huge like Toy Story fan. Not really, like into Buzz Lightyear or Woody. But the Aliens, I have an Alien cup holder one from Disneyland. I got the Alien, the Alien little the machine. If you guys ever go to Disneyland, I don't know if they have it in Disney World because I've never been there. But in Disneyland, they have the actual rocket ship claw machine, and they have a bunch of the little alien figures. If you guys are into the alien figures like I am, you gotta get that machine. I waited so long to get it because we were constantly flying back and forth, so you can't really take a lot of stuff on a flight. So we finally drove this last year, and I was able to finally purchase it, and it's now here at my house. Then I found, I think you guys saw in a previous video, I purchased the plush, which was the Rocket Machine Claw, and it had a bunch of little plush aliens in it, which was pretty cool too. And that one we're keeping as well too. So this one's going to add to the collection. Running out of breath. I'll make sure to take breaths. And then this is the card. This goes for like about $20. This is $5.29 on that. That was the same price for the Alien. I don't know if I said that, but again, another little popcorn bucket. Just like that. It opens up. That guy. So Disney parks, and again, you can only get these at Disney parks. So, you know, where else can people find them? Or maybe they couldn't purchase them while they were at the park. Maybe they sold out, which they typically do on some of the more popular popcorn buckets or drink holders. They will sell out. The one that I recently missed out on that I wish I'd gotten, it was a couple of trips ago. It was the Star Wars churro holder, like a lightsaber churro holder, and I did miss out on that. And I don't know, I may end up purchasing it on eBay. I'm not sure if I really want it that much. It's more like, you know, you're in the park, you're kind of caught up in the moment, and we're buying it. We're spending more money. The big wheels. So RC Racing. These are Proline Racing Big Joe 2 tires. Yeah, these ones should go for like 40 to 50 bucks. It would pay $6.09. This will be a little bit of a heavier ship, but there's nothing to break in here. It's all rubber tires. So I could probably get away with putting this inside a poly bag and it'll be perfectly fine. So it's heavy though. It'll probably be like, after I weigh it out with packaging and everything, it'll probably be like 4 pounds. So it'll probably be like, you know, 3 pounds something ounces. Then you have to round up to 4. So that should be pretty easy though. It's all rubber, nothing metallic in there. So that should be this will be a good purchase. So get that up and sold. Then you didn't see this in the video, but a tiny little, it was $2.59, little glass dolphin figurine. And I couldn't really find exact comps on this, but generally these sell for right around the $12 to $15 range. And we do like glassware, and we like to sell glassware. We like to collect glassware. So this is just a cool, neat piece. It could be like a Murano style. Definitely has all the makings of a Murano type piece, but I don't think it is. And I won't sell anything Murano unless it is actually signed or has the Murano sticker logo on it, and I can verify that it is not a fake Murano sticker. And if it's signed by the artist, even better. But just a cool little dolphin, and a lot of dolphin collectors out there. IKEA. Try to remember what else I do it here, and try not to run out of breath. $6.79 for this lamp. This lamp should sell for $30 to $40. I sell IKEA lamps. I haven't sold this style exactly, but I sell IKEA lamps for right around $30 to $40. Prefer brand new, but this is just a unique one, so it should be pretty well. See it there. So pretty cool little IKEA lamp. People like IKEA. I always say, look up IKEA. You find IKEA, look it up. You never know with IKEA if it's going to be a really great item or it's going to be a really poor item. Definitely don't want to end up buying a poor IKEA item. Okay, now the stemware. Okay. Let me get it up to the glass there. It's a pattern, has a little silver and or platinum rim. $3.39 is what we paid for each of them. I got 8 in total. And this is Miller Rogaska, R-O-G-A-S-K-A, crystal, handmade in Slovenia. Now, it still has the sound, but the quality of this glass compared to the Lennox you saw in the video wasn't very good. It's not as good as the Lennox, but a set of 4 of these could go for about $40 to $50. And so I think this was a pretty good buy. And it's signed. I don't know if you can see it there, but it is etched in the bottom there. So that's the typical like etching you'll find for, I mentioned it before, like Rydell glass. Those do really well. So yeah, so it just didn't have the same feel, and I can't really tell you guys through the camera exactly how it feels. You just have to experience it for yourself. It doesn't take away from the overall look of the glass. It is a nice glass, nice stemware, perfect for parties, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Halloween parties are coming up. People are going to start celebrating now, and people are going to need stemware. So a pretty good glass. There's the actual tag on the bottom. Hopefully that comes out. You guys be on the lookout. And just because it's Lennox, it doesn't mean it's better than other brands. And this one, like I said, this doesn't have the feel of the Lennox. It's pretty much, to me, it just feels like something you would probably. I mean, you probably probably came from TJ Maxx. I don't know for sure. But let me see if I can. There's another tag underneath this other tag here. Maybe a Macy's. Yeah, it doesn't say. It says, actually there's an item number in here, and it says Soho PL goblet. So I'm glad it has all the tags. Would I have picked it up if it did not have the tags? Probably not. Having all the tags and everything on it definitely adds a bit of a premium to the product. And I could potentially say new. I could say open box, but I don't have the original packaging, so I definitely can't say it's new. Okay. Enough about the products. But you need products in order to resell. Okay, two quick topics we're going to talk about. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the items I got, about the topics I'm about to discuss right now. First, I need some water. Okay, so first and foremost is eBay search, because a lot of people have been having issues with it. I had an issue with eBay search the other day where I was trying to look stuff up, and I had to refresh my screen to find it. But for me, it's not anything that's necessarily a big deal. A little bit of an annoyance at the moment, but I know it's going to work itself out. I know eBay is going to work to solve the problem. And most of the time, they're already aware of the issues that are occurring, either from their own in-house testing or from people calling in and saying, hey, there's a problem. So it was an issue for a few hours, then it was fine. Then I was able to use it. But one of the biggest problem that sellers have when they're using the search, or when they think that, or maybe they have hard evidence, I don't know. But whenever they say search is broken, customers can't find my items. Well, maybe they're trying to search for their items. But as a seller, when I'm searching for something, like I'm searching for to comp something out, I have the item in hand. I have all the specifics. I know, all the, what do you call it? When you enter item specifics, the title. I know the title. I know the item specifics. I know the description. I know everything about the item. I know I have the item in my hand. I'm putting everything in. So I know what to look for because I'm the one selling it. So I know exactly what it is and how to look it up. You have to think, and I've said this on numerous occasions, you have to think as a buyer. You have to think as the customer. What is the customer going to be wanting? How is the customer going to look this up? When I'm looking stuff up on eBay, and I was looking for a CD recently, when I'm looking stuff up, I don't necessarily have all the information because I'm trying to go off my memory, and human memory is incredibly inaccurate. You see all these studies of, like when, someone's in court, you're like, can you please explain what happened on this day, this day, that? I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no clue what I did yesterday. I can't even tell you what I ate yesterday at this moment. So human memory is very bad. Not everybody's. Some people have great memory. My short-term memory is bad. Long-term memory, great. Short-term memory, not that good. So I have trouble remembering what I did yesterday or last night. But that's always been the case. So when someone's looking for something, they're generally looking with very minimal amount of information. So they're like when I was looking for my CD, I was just plugging in like the name of one of the songs that I remember. It wasn't even the name of the song. It was more like just a line of the song that I was looking for. And eventually I slowly, through my searching, but I was aggressively searching for it, I was finally able to find it. And I'm like, oh, that's exactly what it was. But the person that had it, the person that was selling it, they had the CD, so they have exactly what it is. So as a seller, the seller's job is to put enough specifics, okay, enough information in the title, enough information in the item specific section, enough information in the description, so that way when someone is coming in and looking for that item, they can look for it with the bare minimum of information and still be able to find, hopefully, your item is what they're looking for. So it is so crucial to have a great title with specific information about your exact item. Now, you should be able to do that because you have the item. The buyer doesn't have the item yet. You have the item, and you have all the information here. But don't assume because I have all the information that a buyer is going to know exactly what to look for. They don't. Most of them don't know what they're looking for. When I have some saved searches in my eBay history, so that way when if certain items pop up that I'm interested in, they will. I generally have just like a few keywords, like 4 or 5 keywords, to try to capture what a seller may potentially put in their listing, so that way I can buy potentially that item, the item I want, the item I'm looking for. So, as a seller, make sure that you're putting enough information in the title, you're putting as many specifics as possible, and as much information in the description as possible, so that way when a buyer is coming in to search, your item may potentially come up with the limited amount of information that a buyer has for the item that they're looking for. Now, this just goes, and the reason why I believe that's the case, and why I believe that is the main reason why people think search is broken, is because of my history with eBay. I've been on eBay since 1999. I've been buying and selling on eBay, so I'm familiar with eBay's development. I'm familiar with searching for stuff on eBay. I know how to do it, and I don't think I mentioned this recently either. If you're trying to comp an item on eBay, as a seller, you should be pretty proficient in looking up those comps. If you're just beginning, it's going to take a while to learn. But if you can't find the item, odds are nobody's looking for that item. But that's enough about eBay search. It's not necessarily that search is broken. It could be that you're not putting in the appropriate keywords as a seller to target that audience. So just it's not that anybody necessarily is doing anything wrong. It's not that eBay's wrong. It's not that the seller is wrong. It's just we need to be more in tune with the buyers or the customers. And I repeat a lot of stuff in these videos, and I'll repeat it again, but think of, when you're listing an item, think of yourself as the customer. Another thing too is, if you're not buying on eBay, you should be buying on eBay, so you get the whole experience of eBay as a buyer and as a seller. And being a seller and then also being a buyer, I'm more sympathetic to sellers when stuff gets lost in the mail or something arrives broken. I'm more, we all get those messages as sellers where my item's broken, give me my money back. It's so aggressive, but as being a seller, I understand the problems and the issues that occur with selling online. Now, the other topic is AI. AI is coming. It's here, but it's coming to more and more areas of our lives. And with eBay, we already know some of us use it, some of us don't. The AI description, which I use, I love the descriptions that it comes up with. It's pretty amazing. But again, going along with what I said earlier, you need to make sure to have a great title. You have to have your item specifics in there, and it'll pull an amazing description for you. But it's also coming to creating a listing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're testing it out right now, where the AI will pull the whole listing from your pictures or a picture. So I don't know. I definitely think it's a good thing. I definitely think it's going to help. It will help, I believe, it will help smaller buyers, people that are just getting started. It'll kind of help them get items listed, get them listed appropriately, and so they end up in the right categories, they end up with the right specifics. However, don't get lazy with your listings. AI isn't perfect. Nobody's perfect. I mean, humans created AI. You know, we're not perfect. We're not perfect people. Nobody's perfect. So, with my descriptions, and I'm familiar with AI, you know, using the AI in my descriptions, after I create it, I always proofread it. So, as we start to move towards, you know, taking pictures and AI creating your listing, which is going to be great, so it should make things a lot faster. If you're already pretty proficient and efficient with listing right now, that AI tool is going to make you even better. And it's going to help, you know, people get started. It's going to help maybe people that are kind of in the middle of the road. They're not, you know, they're there. They're on eBay. They're not really sure about everything. I'm waiting for AI to help shipping. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, if it can help on shipping, if it can tell you the weight and everything, put your shipping information in there for you, that would be amazing. I don't know how well it's going to do at the moment, but please, if you start using AI, proofread the work, especially if it's creating the whole listing. Make sure you're checking that title, make sure everything's there, make sure the keywords are there, checking the item specifics, make sure there's nothing wrong in the item specifics, because if anything's wrong in the item specifics, that could be a reason for a return. Someone can order it and be like, hey, you know, in your thing it said, I don't know, like it said it had so much memory, you know, like a computer. It had, like, you know, this much memory, but it's missing one. You know, then you're like, well, I'm returning it, that's it. Or they want a refund, or, you know, they want a partial refund, whatever. Could lead to headaches down the road. So even though AI will make life easier, hopefully, for resellers, I think it should, make sure you proofread its work. Just like anybody else. I mean, everybody, you know, you should be, you know, proofreading. Like when we're outsourcing, it's always great to have a second pair of eyes, someone else out there to help you. AI is there to help you, but you still gotta be that second pair of eyes if you're using AI to create your listings. So that way you're proofing it, making sure everything's good. Last thing you want are mistakes, and then you're not paying attention. You're creating a bunch of listings. Now you have to go back and fix everything. So those are my thoughts on AI. I'll definitely have more to say about it once it officially gets launched in about a couple months, I believe. That'll be really cool. I mean, I love the description feature already. If you're not using the AI description, I highly suggest you do. It gives great descriptions on everything, and it's fast. You have to do it from your phone, though. I don't know how a lot of you list right now. Because of the AI feature, I have been listing a lot from my phone, and really have not listed that much on my computer. But it works. You know, I'm still able to get my listings up. I'm still getting sales, and I hope you guys are getting sales out there. I hope you guys are doing well. If there are any issues, you know, let me know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you guys think about AI. Search. You guys have any problems with eBay search? I got all these items here, which I got to get listed now. But I'm gonna get this video up today, and I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I hope you guys are loving the content. I'm gonna keep pushing it out, hopefully every other day. I'll have a flea market video, very important topic I need to discuss with you guys, and I want to bring here. It'll probably come out on, I'll get that up on Tuesday, so do look out for that one. Keep an eye on the shorts. On my shorts, I'll have most of my sold listings. This is the weekend when I'm finishing up this video, so there will be lots of orders going out on Monday. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.